man, I got the tractor beam out of commission, or this is going to be a real short trip. Okay, hit
it! Hey,
Good evening, gentlemen.
We are live, and welcome to another unboxing. I'm unboxing a MYC Mandalorian statue. Pretty cool. It's hard to get, apparently, from what I understand now. They're sold out, correct, Jason?
Correct. They are sold out,
and you do have one. You have one.
I have one. Correct. And
yeah.
I think the only way at this point to get them is either through the buy-sell trade groups or eBay. And even then, it's difficult because people just don't want to part. But congrats.
Thanks, man. I found it. I'm happy. Pardon my audio and all that setup. I just don't want to have a mic here, and I need to go. I'm going to have to go back here and do all this stuff. So, but otherwise, it's just you and I tonight.
Yeah.
I tried to. Apparently, Steve had some at the last minute, so he's bummed he couldn't come on, and then Chris just wasn't able to come on anyway. So should be pretty simple tonight. Nothing crazy. It's still going to be take me a minute to get all through this stuff because
there's a lot going on in there.
I just pulled out the outer box, so it's going to be an interesting one.
You're lucky,
Martin, what's up?
You'll be able to see a lot of Matt's ass tonight. So
yeah, exactly. So you're lucky sons of bitches. Nathan, what's up, dude? I've got nothing to do at 3 a.m. Darth, what's up? Ken, what's going on? So yeah, let me start getting into this. What's up, Danny? All right, so let's see. You're saying it's a 3-layer situation?
Correct. Yep. You can have the bottom, middle, and top. The top is the protective layer. The middle, I believe, houses the body and some parts, and then the bottom houses the base.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to shimmy it a little bit, but we'll work together. We'll do a little step by step.
Yeah. Luckily, you've opened yours and know kind of what to do. And okay, so it's in these big foam things.
Correct. Yep.
Interesting.
So it might be a little tricky with nobody on the back end pulling in the opposite direction. So.
Yeah, it's always nice to have someone on the back end.
Always.
Always nice to have that. Let me see if I can shimmy it out like this.
Yeah, that might work.
Maybe. Yeah, okay.
So
it's coming.
Slow. Yeah, slow.
It's coming.
That's a big ass box, huh, man?
It is huge. It's a really big box. Yep. Yeah, just what I needed to have everyone see me struggling to open a box. I try not to open them before we do this because it's an unboxing. You're supposed to open the box.
Yeah, keep it genuine. Keep it real. Keep it real.
This is freaking huge. Oh my gosh. I don't want to tip it too much because like this, you can see it. It just lifts up like really easily. So I don't want to.
Yeah, you don't want the pieces to roll out. And also, too, you don't want to cut what's considered the art box. I mean, I know it's generic, but it's still an art box.
This thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's still got the MYC. It's got the Mando on it. Brian. What's up, Brian? Yeah.
Not sure how to do this. Hold on.
So try this now.
I'm getting it.
Oh, you get it? Okay.
I'm getting it. It's just all the layers are separate. So it's like this weird, it's like all these different layers are all separate.
It's crazy there. Yeah.
It's interesting how they did that. Okay. So from what I've heard, this thing is like so many pieces.
It's quite a few, yeah. And you have quite a few options as well.
Okay. So here's the main body, I think.
So when you lift that, you'll find the main body. You just
Oh,
want
look,
to
he's
make
even
sure.
got like cutouts for the legs and stuff. That's interesting.
Yep. So you want to make sure when you put him aside, you put him aside very carefully because he's a little bit heavy.
Yeah, for sure. Let's look at this real quick.
Ooh, look at that sexy beast.
Yeah, look at that, dude.
They nailed it on the colors on him.
Yeah, it really looks really good.
So as we're going through this, Matt, I just want to get some feedback as you're pulling the pieces up because if I'm correct, this is technically your first unlicensed statue.
Custom, yeah, I think so. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you'll notice as we talked off camera some of the small little anomalies and inconsistencies that you get with a hand-done piece versus mass-produced factory piece. It's not bad, but you will notice some of those bits.
Yeah, I mean, you can see like some of the things where it looks like spray.
Yep.
Like dust. It's almost like a light dust in some areas.
So on
But
that, go ahead. One of the concerns I initially had with that was, me and Steve talked about it. I thought it was a little heavy, and I was a little concerned, but it's actually intentional. So
Okay.
it's to give the effect that he's been covered and weathered in actual physical sand.
Yeah.
So when you have it displayed and you see it that way, it adds to the piece. But when you're
I was gonna say like it's probably fine because it's with him. I think it works, right?
yeah, it does. It does. Yeah.
I think if you had anybody else, it would be.
It throws you off at first, but when you start to assemble it and see it together, it works.
But see, this is nice. They did the bottoms of the feet.
Oh, everything. Yeah, they didn't miss a beat, man. They got the details down to it.
Yeah, it's really. It looks good, dude. I know you guys mentioned like, oh, it's not. You got to remember it's not. Whatever, right? It's not. It's a custom.
It's not XM. Yeah.
It's not, but like it still looks really nice.
Oh, it looks phenomenal. And when it's set up, you get that wow factor, especially this particular piece. Not even because it's Mando, it's just the way they executed it. It wasn't necessarily an ambitious project to say, but the way they incorporated the figure into the base, it looks, as a display piece, it looks amazing.
Right. Yeah. So I'm gonna sit it down there to be.
All right, this is gonna be fun. Yeah, we get quite a bit of people chilling with us right now too, so nice.
Oh, cool. Good. Thanks for joining, everyone. It's just settle in if you're. It's gonna be a minute because there's so many pieces. It's crazy.
Yeah, Brian, I agree with the different pieces. Instead of having everything be verbatim, like if I put my piece on display, Matt has his on display, you have yours on display, etc., and they look exactly the same. It is interesting that these have some inconsistencies, but not in a bad way. It just makes them unique. And that's that hand finished, sort of hand application, style or look that you get when it's not on an assembly line at a factory. So yeah,
I can see what you're saying. Hey, Jason, what'd you do with all the extra pieces? Because I always get concerned about putting them in my garage or something and having the heat mess them up. Or
so I have a climate controlled storage. My thing is 9 out of 10 times if I have a statue with a number of swap outs, I pick the one I like best, the position I like best. The rest I just store away. I very, very, very rarely, if ever. The only thing I think I've ever changed around, to be honest, in like the last 2 years was Jabba, the 1/6 Jabba.
Okay. So
how I have mine posed, I don't have the child either in his pram or in the arm. I have Mando walking with his arm down to the side, and then I have him with his large rifle slung over his shoulder.
Yeah, that's kind of what I want.
It just gives a good presence.
This is the cape, the cape that's in here.
Yep.
Okay. And then
when you do that, you'll do that last. I'll kind of walk you through it because it takes a minute to figure out how to get around the neck.
These are the spikes. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that's the fun part. You'll see 2 little pieces of black cloth. I think they're with the stormtrooper helmets, and they go over the spikes and underneath the helmets.
So I don't need the clear one, right? If I'm not going to have the child out.
That's only for the child.
Okay. I don't think I'm going to display the child, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, James.
I think Steve has his displayed that way.
He does. He has the child up. James was just talking about the Moff Gideon and Tusken Raider.
Oh yeah, we'll talk. We can talk about that afterwards.
Yeah.
We can look at those pictures. Dude, that Tusken Raider. Whew.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I have a sideshow one, and looking at, I know it's only a sneak peek of his bust without the face, but the sideshow one, man, they nailed that thing. And
they did a good job, but you can't find that thing anywhere, right? I mean,
no, it's going for a pretty penny. And this is the one case, at least the one time that I know, just because Hot Toys made it, it's not going to drive down the value of the sideshow because it was made so well. Even the feet, rather than being sculpted, it actually has real cloth boots. Like it looks like wrap, like almost doing a casting. He's got cloth wrapped boots, and it's insane. He's got the multiple layers. It just looks fantastic.
Let me see if I can add my actual camera to this and show you. See if I can show you guys how many how many things I'm having to deal with here.
Try this, man. If you have room, okay, the middle section that you're digging through right now, do you have room to place that down and still?
What do you mean?
Like you have one piece of styrofoam on top of another. If you have room to take that middle piece of styrofoam that has a switch ups in it and place it on the floor and still access what's in there, you'll be able to pull the base up. If you can pull the base up, then putting the base down is going to be much easier because then you put the body and sort of
start putting pieces together.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Let me put this box away in here for now. I don't have Steve's room, so I have to.
The thing I love about unboxings, what I find so interesting is even though I have this piece, I'm like so excited to see this. You ever notice that? Even though you have the piece,
yeah, I know. No, I feel the same way.
Excited. Yeah.
Dude, that's what. Dude, I freaking love unboxings. I don't care who you are. It's just fun to watch unboxings. Now, I love opening things myself, but like I've said before, I think it kind of takes away from the unboxing when you have to like do it on camera sometimes. I'm kind of used to it now, so I don't really care anymore. But like, it does take a little bit away from it. But man, I love watching unboxings. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can get this to work.
Okay.
Just to give you guys an idea of what's going on here. Well, I'm gonna mute that one.
So while you're doing that real quick.
Yeah, it kind of has this. There we go. Okay.
So, James was just asking if there was a difference between the Mando and the New Hope Tuskens. And there is, same as the Jawas. It's more of a color scheme thing. Overall, they're the same character technically, but the color schemes have just been sort of updated a little bit. More on the wardrobe and the garb that they wear. That's just subtle differences if you look closely.
Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to adjust this a little bit. This is the one thing I cannot stand about StreamYard is that it doesn't allow you to completely mute the thing. I don't know why.
I thought it was the drugs for a second. I wasn't sure. I'm kidding.
Hold on one second.
Yeah, Brian, I think he does have most, if not all, of his collection allocated to the room. As far as size, I don't know how big it is. Comics, yes, the Moff Gideon that was dropped about an hour ago is 1/6 scale Hot Toy. Just a little teaser, though. So how you guys doing this evening? Anybody in the comments? Anybody else in the group have the MYC Mando or any other MYC statues? If you do, feel free to comment. Let me know which ones you guys get. I'm just curious. What else do we get here? Which rank are you guys getting? So Go Yo-Yo, I think initially it was a toss-up between Sideshow and Regal Robot, and then once the Regal Robot was announced in further detail, I think most of us, it's safe to say all of us, have opted for the Regal Robot version. I don't see anything wrong with the Sideshow one. I think it's a fantastic piece. I think that it's a great price, and it's got quite a presence for the size, but it does lack lineage and it does lack the additional detail.
Can you hear me, Jason?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. All right, so this is it. This is what we got here. So it's like never ending. This thing. It's like
It's like operation.
Yeah. I've already taken a lot of these pieces out, but yeah, it's like every little thing.
All right, so Danny Lee's got he's got a layer and a TIE pilot. That TIE pilot, Danny, looks amazing. We got that on order as well, both me and Matt, and that's one I'm excited for as well. I didn't go best class. I kept them OG with the short trooper and the damage. Yeah, so you see how you have those little elements of sand? You can actually feel it. It's textured, not painted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do feel that.
Yeah, so we can see that on camera. So if just rub your thumb over it. For anybody who's curious, that's actually, you can physically feel that.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Yeah, I'm probably, see, like that's my Mando right now. And so I'm probably gonna, that one's actually, I don't know how long that one's gonna stick around actually.
These are packed really well though, don't you think? I think MYC does a great job with getting these statues packed well.
Oh yeah. It's just so many things. Like I'm worried I'm gonna miss something. But you're right. I need to get the base out.
Yeah, the base will help you work a little quicker. And Danny, yeah, the foam packing, it's fairly new. It's not something that they did from day one. I think they implemented it, a couple statues ago, maybe 2-3 statues ago. I could be wrong. If you rewatch, or if you have watched or haven't yet watched the MYC Creative Spotlight, we do discuss that. But this is really secure, and I would be really surprised if anybody received anything damaged during shipping.
Okay.
So that's the one I use, Matt. I use that. That's the one that slings over his shoulder. So you'll see the bent arm that it keys into.
Yeah, that's really nice.
And if you want to hold the front up to the camera, just so people can see like the heat staining on the tip of the rifle, how good that's done. Yeah, so that's got some really good coloring, really good contrast. Nice.
It's cool.
Very nice.
Very nice. And then, so yeah, he's got the little thing that matches exactly. It's a gun shape.
I know, isn't that cool? A little puzzle.
Yeah. Okay, so this one is which one?
That's the one that goes over that slings over his back. So if you want to have the child in his hand or the tracker in his hand, you can sling that one over his back.
Okay. Again, one thing I was asking Jason that I'm trying to figure out, and here's, yeah, you can see the little piece. One thing I was asking Jason earlier was I'm just trying to figure out, like, what do you do with all these pieces, right? You don't want to keep them in the box in the garage in the heat and like, so you got to find a place to store them. So,
yeah, that's a tough one, especially when you get that California weather.
It's not crazy. I mean, it's San Diego. It's not crazy hot, but still.
Yeah, but it's still something you want to be conscientious of, at least over a long period of time. A year or so.
Yeah. But, yeah, for sure. All right, let me.
This one's got, I think, 16 total swap out pieces.
Does it? Dude,
yeah.
Look at this thing.
Yeah.
Just a beauty. Like, just so strange.
He looks
weird.
great. He looks great. He really does. I can't wait to get mine on display.
It's so good. Finally got the thing in the.
Oh, sweet.
See, I had
Okay.
to.
Oh,
I had to do
perfect.
it past. See, I had to do it past this shelf, so it has to be. It can only be here. It can't go anywhere else.
Yeah, but that's good. At least you didn't have to cut it off and
Yeah,
compromise
yeah,
that. So
yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, let me see if I can. What does this look like? Does this look weird? I don't care.
it's all right.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't care.
once you once you
move
move
this.
that in, good. Because once you get access to the base mat, it'll be a lot easier to build up from there.
Okay.
That base is
Oh
big,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah, this is yeah, this is really heavy too. Look at this thing. Oh, look at this. This is funny. This is where I'm not positive on like. So that's the child.
Matt, do you have your phone accessible?
Yeah.
Just I'm sending you something.
You can still hear me, right? You're still good?
Yeah, I just wanted you to read what I sent you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I'm good. So this is the child. This is where like
He doesn't look that bad, man. I think he looks pretty good.
Even though he doesn't look that bad.
He looks cutesy. He doesn't have like that old man face or that what we call vagina neck.
Yeah, he
looks like he's crying there, or he's about to cry.
Yeah. He doesn't have vagina neck, that's for sure. Let me move him over here. So yeah, this is gonna be base.
So that brown thing is the child's blanket.
This is a plaque.
Plaque, yep.
Oh, the brown thing's a child's blanket up here?
Yep.
Very
so that goes in its frame if you were to use it.
Dude, look at this. I just did this the other day. With the freaking
Oh, that looks nice.
I gotta get a stand for that hilt.
I like those clear stands. Okay.
Yeah, those clear stands are killer. Okay, so wow, look at this thing, jeez. Dude, this stand is so crazy, man.
That stand is bananas.
This stand is crazy. All right, hold on. I'm getting there.
Even in the back, there's like a little extra detail, and they just it doesn't even need to be there, and it just looks so good.
Okay. Hold on, guys. Let me bear with me here for 1 second. Let me put this down for just a second. Let me put it over here. Oh, jeez, it's so heavy. Oh my gosh, it's heavy. Oh, hold on.
So out of the 37 pounds, I think that's probably half of it right there in the base.
Okay. All right. Okay, I got it. Okay.
Yeah, look at that, man. Look at that. And those buckets look amazing, man. They're like perfect size.
They do look really good. And then you got the footprint here, which looks great. Yeah, the only complaint I'll say about any of this stuff is that the base is very light, as in light as in the color is very light.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know. I kind of would like some more variation in the sand, but it still looks really nice.
I think I had the same. When I looked at it at first, I was like, okay, it does look very light, but I think it's trying to imply like a windswept look. So when you see sand after it's been, like a windstorm, you kind of see like the surface sand, and you don't see a lot of like the underneath color and contrast kicked up. I think that's what they were trying to imply. If they did a good job.
There's so yeah. Again.
Yeah, it doesn't have the Lumiluster style to it, but it's definitely good.
Yeah, not exactly the same. Obviously, the same color.
It doesn't have the sheen either. It's more of a flat silver.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen him go with more of a gunmetal, but still looks good. It's still got some nice weathering to it.
And that's what I was saying. With such a nice piece, when I was talking to Steve, I said, if you really want to go overkill because the design of this was executed so well, if you really, really, really wanted to go next level, you could have it, repainted and really bring out, some of the strong elements that make Mando what he is.
Yeah, sure.
So what do you think of the detail as you're going through the pieces? Interesting, huh?
Looks great.
It does, right?
No, it looks great. Honestly, Jason, I was expecting I was expecting worse because of the way you guys talked about it. And not that you talked poorly about it. I'm just saying that I was expecting something like, oh man, this is going to have this problem and this problem and this problem. Like I just kind of was bracing for that.
Okay.
Because of how I heard people talk about it. And not that they didn't like it, but just that like, hey, be prepared kind of thing, because it's a custom. But it looks really good, dude. Look at that.
It does. I think the reason why, yeah, it may have been overstated. You're right. I think because you only have, you have the XM, you have some of the most classic sideshow pieces in the mythos. That's one of the reasons why, like, you have sort of like the creme de la creme of statues.
But like to me, this Mando feels a little more like these. It kind of feels like this one.
Like the original sort of hand sculpted, hand painted style.
Yeah, it feels actually a lot like Boba Fett. To me,
Okay.
like I hear you. This one
That's
is
almost like just too pristine and too clean.
Yeah, it's like porcelain, or what is it called? Cold press.
That's cold pressed porcelain. Yeah, so that's like perfect. I mean, it's also why it's thousands of dollars, but yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that trilogy, man, they nailed those, huh? Look at that, and they did a great job because there's two, and they both vary. One of them has like a larger crack. Flip it over, you can see the top where the spike comes out of. Yeah, look at that, huh?
Yeah, that's killer, man.
That really is. Wait till you see it all set up. This is great. This is exciting.
That's so cool. And guys, just so you know, I'm not putting the details full screen because I don't want anyone to throw up. It's like me, I've got this stuff going everywhere. What's this?
So that rests. So when you put the spike in place, you put that over the spike, and you put the Stormtrooper helmet over that. So when he's walking and the buckets are piped, you see just like that. It mimics that exactly.
Okay. Right. Good. I'll put that over there. Okay. So moving right along here. Here's some arm piece.
I think that's the partially bent one. That might be the one you want to use for slinging over the ship. Maybe not. I'm not sure.
I tell you what, man, MYC really did a killer job on this. It does look.
You can put Mando in so many poses. It's insane. And each one looks killer.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. Let me put all these pieces in here. Okay, what's this? Oh, that's the child base, right? Correct?
That's a child's base, yeah. I just put that right back.
Where the hell am I going to put that thing? That might just have to live in there and die in there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
You can decide after once Mando's set up.
Okay, so I'm gonna clear some things off of this base. Let me dude, this guy's eyes. Look at this guy's eyes, man.
I know, right? He's watching you like crazy.
Ugh, so good. Where should I put this damn thing? I'll put it.
I know he's a big boy, man. Where's he gonna reside?
I don't know. I'm trying to find out where I should put my freaking phone for a minute. I'll just do this again. Sorry, you're gonna see my ass, but it is what it is. I don't know what to tell you.
What they tune in for? Oh, we just went up 10 watches. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, right. Nobody's watching anymore. Okay, so these could have been weathered more.
Yeah, I thought so too, but when you put them in, you'll notice that they sit well. Just sort of a muted brown like that. It's not too bad.
Yeah. Let's see. Put this down here. Okay. So hopefully this fits.
I'm glad that you're digging this. I think you're gonna like it a lot more than you anticipated.
Just making sure this little tiny stand can hold it. Well, we'll see what happens. All right, so base. Now I think I got all the pieces. Oh wait, did I? Oh, the pram. Let's look at the pram real quick. And then I can cut this details.
If I remember correctly, he's actually in the pram. Yeah, there's another Yoda in the pram. I'm Child. I'm sorry, guys.
Child, yeah. Oh, this is heavy too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got some weight. So I think that's what Steve was mentioning when he sat that by itself on the clear acrylic rod, that it sort of shifted because of the weight. It was top heavy.
Yeah. See, I'm not the biggest fan of. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of the way anyone's done the Child, really, to be completely honest.
I was gonna say, when you look at the Sideshow one, when you look at any of them, they don't look, even the Hot Toys, the quarter scale Hot Toys almost looks a lot like that. It's not very eye catching.
Yeah. Not my favorite thing, but that's okay. Let me put this.
It's nice, isn't it nice though when you're removing these pieces to feel how hefty they are?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's super
really
heavy.
Because sometimes there's some custom statues, Matt, that when you unbox them, they just feel like they're hollow resin casts.
Yep. So that goes in there. I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss any pieces. I think I've got it. I mean, look at all these pieces, guys. This is crazy. Plus this thing and that stand. Okay, okay. I'm gonna set this down and we'll go over here for now. And let's bring this in. All right, 1 second here. Hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I might. Nah. All right.
There we go.
Good.
Perfect.
You hear me, Jason?
I can hear you perfectly.
Good. Okay. Danny says the MYC packing looks a lot more secure than how Sideshow packs. It's really good. It's actually really nice how they
It's
did it.
solid. It doesn't come. It doesn't.
Is that how? Do you know how? Do you know if that's how he's doing all of them now?
Yes, when we did the Creator Spotlight, I think he started maybe 2 or 3 statues ago, making them much more secure with the cutout black foam. So that's going to be from now going forward. Because yeah, with Sideshow, even though it's high impact density foam, it still sort of flakes and gives you that snow globe, approach when you're trying to unpack something. So the foot facing forward is not going to rest completely. Okay, but it's.
Yeah, I saw that. It doesn't rest completely. The back heel is up a tiny bit, but I think that's okay. Yeah, looks really cool so far. So, all right. So, am I supposed to do the cape?
The cape. Let's do the arms right now.
The arms
Yeah.
first.
So for the so for the left arm, just as a suggestion for now, go with the relaxed, the one that's sort of just kind of hanging, like as if you're walking between your arms. Go for that one.
Okay. He says my video's a bit delayed.
I think it's the audio.
Okay.
The audio just has like a little bit of reverb to it, so it sounds like it's, but it's okay. Unless I don't see it, James, are we both delayed or is it just Matt?
Okay. I had to cut the other one.
Okay.
The details one. I can always cut back into it. Okay, so.
Hey, KG, how's it going?
Let me get over here. I'll be right back. Okay. I'm going to grab some pieces and come back.
Do you think? Okay, James, thanks. Sometimes, James, when we're doing this, it's I don't know. It's hard when, we're telling one another, oh, this one's delayed, that one's delayed, because you don't always see it from where we're sitting. But it definitely helps. Yeah, this piece is nice. And for any of you guys interested, we'll touch upon this towards the end of the video, but for anybody watching now that might jump off, I think we're doing another unboxing tomorrow night. It'll be a quick one, but it'll be an interesting one. I like how careful you've been.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, James. I appreciate that. It was, I think it was just my phone was still. So StreamYard is, this is so stupid and technical and no one gives a shit, but StreamYard does this thing when you have your phone on trying to like do all these detail things. It won't let you mute it completely. It just won't let you go completely silent. You know what I mean? Like you can mute down as much as you can, but it just, for some reason, it won't let you mute all the way. I don't know.
Yeah, it gives you like that delay and flanger effect, which is
annoying. Anyway. Okay, so I've got this arm. Is this the one you're talking about?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. So this one, let's go.
KG, we're gonna touch upon once Matt puts the statue together. We're gonna just give a quick run through on that because I think we're both interested in just sharing our quick opinions. So if you want to hang on and just sit back for a bit, we'll get into that for sure.
I was talking about the
Gideon and
we'll talk about that stuff real quick after this, guys, because we just saw that pretty much right before we came on as well. So this one, is this the one that goes on the other side?
So for the right side, it should be fairly bent with no hand, so it should be, let me see.
I see it. Okay, hold on.
All right, yeah.
This guy.
Yes, that one. Perfect. Close enough, but almost doesn't count.
There we go.
That's rock and roll. That's it.
Okay, so then
the hand with the rifle.
Oh, the hand with the rifle. Okay.
So grab that, but don't put it on yet, and then we're going to do the head and the cape.
So don't put it on yet?
Not just yet.
Okay, head and the cape.
So we're going to do cape first.
Cape first, yeah.
And then you can futz it once the head's on.
Okay.
So Matt, check this out. So look at the foot that's facing forward, right? On the statue. Mm-hmm. You see how it's ever so slightly bent to the left? Mm-hmm. How badass is that? Initially, I was like, oh, I think they turned it too much. But when you're walking, like, when you look at the anatomy of somebody walking, that's what your body does.
Yeah,
They nailed that detail. which is crazy.
They did not only that, they not only bent it like slightly, turned it slightly to the left, but they also bent it slightly this way.
So it's lifting, yeah,
So
like
it's
your
lifting
feet
off the ground as well.
Yeah,
So
and even his armor's turned a little bit too, so it's not just the foot. Yeah, they nailed it.
they really did a great job. 1 second. This guy, yeah, Kate.
Yep.
So this is the part that people are kind of bummed out about.
Yeah, so it doesn't have any of the sort of that rough, broken
It's
down.
not weathered. It's not like there's no like
wires.
no wires,
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah. So you straight up just tie this on?
So you don't tie it. So dress them from behind. Pull the 2 long pieces forward.
Okay.
Yep. Rest the two pieces over his shoulder. Then you can crisscross them like a scarf. You're basically going to put it on him like a scarf and overlap them. And then, and then futz, take the 2 pieces overlapped and put them back over his shoulder.
Is that how it works? That's how he does it?
Yep.
So I put the helmet on now? And then
did you put the 2, so did you cross them and then put them back over the shoulders?
Not yet, hold on.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. It looks good.
All right. And then you can futz with it a little bit more later to, have it flow properly over like the buckets near his feet and things like that. Yep. And then now you can put the rifle hand in. Yeah, James, it definitely, I think you're right. It's got a very natural looking feel to it, and it gives a sort of sense of attitude and character versus looking forced. So it'd be interesting to see how the sideshow one comes out because that looks very forced. It looks almost too blatant, too intentional. Yeah, there you go, Matt. What do you think?
Oh, it's
killer.
Yeah, it's killer.
All right, let's get those pikes in.
It's a little busy back behind this guy, so sorry guys, it's hard for you to really kind of see it, but all right, so pikes, yeah. So do you know if the small one goes on the outside?
So there's 3 holes, okay? One closest by his left foot. That is either for the pram. If you don't use the child floating next to him, there's a little teeny tiny rock that's a place filler.
Yes.
So yeah, that's what I'm using. Yeah, I just use it as a place filler. And then the 2 back holes, it doesn't matter which, the higher or lower, you can put them in either one. It may be set where they fit specifically. I'm not too sure. Me and Steve discussed that. But when you do it, you'll figure it out. You'll see. So yeah, one would be more snug than the other. That feel a little better?
I think that's.
So they won't be. Yeah, they're not going to be 100%. And these are some of the anomalies that I mentioned with a custom. But what's going to happen is once you put the weight of the piked trooper helmets on, it's going to hold those. It's going to shift them at first.
But are there 2 trooper helmets?
There's 2. Yeah.
There's 2 of these? Okay, I just found one.
Yeah, there's a second one.
I'm going to have to look again. So hold on. There's 2 holes in these.
I would use the bigger one, possibly.
Bigger hole.
I guess it depends on how far you want it hanging down. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Look at that. Yeah. Come on. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. And yeah, I would say.
So like even in the back, see how you're turning it? And I was like, there's a little bit of detail back there that they didn't even need to put, but it looks good. It's just got like that wire running. It actually looks good. You're never going to see it, but it looks great.
It does look good, and it's wet. It is weathered. Like the whole
Yeah,
thing.
it's done well. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I mean, I hear you that like I get that customs are customs, right? I understand that, but this is crazy. Like
It's
the
next
paint,
level.
the paint apps are on point. Like
Mhm.
it is. It's really good. It's really
Mhm.
good. It's really good. So let me see. So I need to find that other helmet. So give me 1 second.
Okay,
Maybe you can answer.
it should be in the midsection where you found
Okay.
the first one.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and answer questions if anybody.
Yeah, I'll be talking to. Um, yeah, Danny, this is a great piece. I think Matt was a little reluctant at first when we were initially trying to acquire them. Sorry, guys, I'm just getting comfortable. Excuse me. And so you guys know we're always on the hunt, looking for pieces and trying to find those grails. Last week, an opportunity presented itself, and Matt was able to acquire this and jump on it. So, yeah, it was definitely a great grab.
Damn, dude, look at this crack on this head.
The crack on the eye, right? Do you love it? And down the center of the helmet?
Oh, it's so good, dude.
It's so nice.
I mean, and it's cool how they glazed over the freaking eyes, like they've been sitting there forever, kind of a thing.
The sand has just been eating at it, yeah. And it's even weathered underneath, which you're never going to see.
It's weathered inside. It's freaking crazy, man.
And I think this is why, not to sound biased, but I think these are the reasons why MYC is blowing up right now. I think this is why people are going bananas for their pieces,
Yeah, I agree.
Rightfully so. Rightfully so. It's those small little added touches of detail. This piece doesn't have a lot of mixed meter at all. The only mixed meter is the cape and the cloth underneath the trooper helmets. But it just adds a lot of dimension and looks really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, that's.
So what do you think so far? Scale of 1 to 10, man.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's up there.
It really is something else. Yeah, the only thing I can say really is the cape should be more weathered and dirty and have holes in it and shit like that. And then they should have weathered the pikes more. And made them feel more like, hunks of wood or something like, you know what I mean? Like that would have been better.
I agree. If they had more, that makes more sense. The weather thing didn't bother me, but if they looked more like wood, more natural, because they have a sheen to them, so it kind of throws it off. Yeah. Aero Maestro, yeah. I'm telling you, man, that's been a bone of contention for a couple of weeks now. Upon our discussions, is do or do not with the Hot Toys because of pieces like this.
Yeah, but hasn't Aero Maestro been talking about this for a while?
I think kind of all
going back. Yeah, I know. Pemricus, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, but see, here's the problem, right? I hear you on that. Like I hear you on the whole like, should I quit Hot Toys? But then they come out with stuff like they did today, or you see, Moff Gideon and a Tusken Raider, and you're like, shit, like that's the kind of stuff like I personally hope MYC makes a Tusken Raider. I would love for them to make a Tusken Raider to go next to this thing. I think it'd be crazy.
Oh, that would be that. Yeah.
Yeah. Michael, if you end up watching this, you need to make a Tusken Raider.
I think he might be picking up on people, or especially if he can make it. I don't want to say mythos, because that's a little unfair because that's Sideshow's thing. But if he can make it a little bit more outside the box, that would be phenomenal.
Yeah, but even if he made just a Mandalorian Tusken Raider, you have to do anything crazy. Just make a cool Tusken Raider.
Yeah, that would go like that.
And make it so that it,
you know, if people want it with the freaking thing above its head, you can do that, but make it so that you can do other things too. Because I wouldn't want the normal pose. I'd
Yeah,
want,
you can do the long rifle. You can do the
yeah,
gaffy. You can do this.
I want something else. You can do them. You can do them getting burned by acid from the Crate Dragon.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
There's a lot of options.
There's a lot of options, though. I think it'd be really cool.
And they seem to be, they do a really good job creatively.
Yeah.
Where they're not just, for example, like some of the XM pieces, they're phenomenal. But the thing is they're almost exact screen grabs. If you were to freeze frame part of the movie, you're almost looking at a screen grab. Where these, you're getting a lot of, I think Michael said it well during the Creative Spotlight. It's telling a story. So the piece gives off attitude, it gives off character. And I generally think it does sort of tell a story rather than just having a figure that looks like he was captured from, you know, a freeze frame or, you know, just sort of caught in that moment. So did you see, so Danny asked that he said he's interested in the second sister, but there's another gentleman making one as well. So yeah, Danny, I mean, it's all subjective. It comes down to,
can you wait? Or no?
What is it?
Can you wait to decide or not?
I think they're coming out close to one
So
another.
I think, by the way, I think we can actually mention who's making what. So Zion Art's making a second sister, right? And that's probably the one you're talking about. MYC is making one as well. And so Zion Art they're great. They just make so many statues. I don't know, you know, to me, some of them are hit or miss. So I don't know what is what anymore with Zion Art. MYC is very deliberate with what they come out with. And it seems to be, they hit it out of the park most of the time from what I've seen.
At least lately as they move forward. Yeah.
But that's the question, right? If Zion Art, because I think most likely what's happening here is Zion Art will be like, hey, we're going to sell this. Like this is going up. We're going to sell it. And then if it sells out, you're screwed.
Yeah.
And MYC does the same thing, but theirs is, I think, behind. They haven't actually shown the full thing yet, right?
Correct.
So you are kind of having to make a decision.
You have to make this. But the thing with Zion too, they make fantastic pieces. And the problem where you get a little stuck there is they show you the render, the digital file. Mm-hmm. This is the statue. Pre-order's going up. Bam. With MYC, they make the statue first, and then they tell you, okay, if there's any revisions to be made, this is what we're making. But you get a taste of what it looks like. You're not looking at a prototype or a digital file. You're seeing the actual piece.
Right.
Dude, James.
This is bananas.
It's nuts, right?
It's so amazing how good it is.
For anybody watching, just because I'm watching on screen as well, Matt, it's a lot bigger than it looks from how we see it on screen. This thing is probably a good, close to, I'd say it's about 22, 23 inches. He's big. The base is at least 12 inches in diameter. It's a hefty piece.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how I can show you. I can't. I don't know. I've got two things here, guys. I can show you a Skeletor next to it.
Battle Damage Skeletor. Yeah. It's James. It's quarter scale, 1/4 scale, and it's pretty accurate to scale.
I can show you Skeletor, and then I have this zombie Trump that I can show you, which is actually appropriate for right now. And that I can show you right here. See, there you go. That's about it.
Okay.
I don't have any hot. I don't have any hot.
If it's not too much trouble, I was gonna say you can put the man.
I can go get it.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
It's
Yeah, let's do the hot toy Mando. Just so
all right, give me 1 second.
So while you're doing that, I'm just gonna keep talking, guys. So yeah, just because I see Matt's screen the same way you guys see it, and it doesn't. It's not showing how it presents in real life, true scale and quarter scale. So this piece, when I set it up, was a lot bigger than expected. And I had some of the larger pieces like XM Luke, Iron Studios Vader, and he's up there in that size.
Okay.
All right.
So this is the hot toy, right?
Oh, dude, that's crazy. Yeah, that makes a big difference.
Yeah, it's like right next to him right now. So
That makes a big difference.
I'll pull it out in the light there. Right. So I mean, it's very, very big. And you know, to be fair, that's what the quarter scale hot toy will be like, right?
Yeah, he'll be decent size.
So you know, if you end up picking up that quarter scale hot toy, this is what you're looking at right here.
And as big as this is, though, it's not taking up too much real estate because the base is large, but it's not too cumbersome because it's confined by a perfect circle.
Yeah, right. No, yeah, the base is great.
It's manageable, yeah. So Josiah asked, he was mentioning they don't do it off the render anymore. So I'm assuming he's referring to Zion Arts.
Oh, sure.
And he probably knows much more than I do at this point. Because I don't stay on top of Zion like consistently, just because there's so much being put out. But yeah, I mean they make fantastic pieces.
I didn't expect the paint apps to be this good.
Okay.
I just didn't expect it from talking to you guys and all that stuff. I just didn't expect it to be on point. I thought there'd be
a lot more inconsistencies,
a lot more like edging, you know, stuff that goes over the edge or whatever. I swear, I don't see any of it. I don't see.
You want to do a Mr. X style review? Concept, design, paint.
No, not at all.
Scrutinize the hell of this thing. No,
it's very, 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 very good.
I can tell you, it's nice sitting back watching you admire the piece.
Yeah, it's impressive. It really is.
Dude, mine sat on my kitchen table for 2 days while my girl cocked at me. Get this thing off the table. I couldn't stop looking at it.
I know, it's incredible. This one's gonna go back there, over that way, underneath. I'm gonna put it on the ground because it's too heavy. I don't want to put it on my detolf shelf.
So good question. Denny was asking, now that you have this, are you gonna keep the Hot Toy Mando, or are you gonna
it's gone. I mean, I'm gonna wait till, you know, I'm not gonna sell it right now. I wouldn't get anything for it, so I'm gonna wait till goes up a little bit. But
yeah,
most likely I'll sell it when something from Regal Robot comes out. To be completely honest, that's usually the best.
Mario.
Yeah, but so Danny says, is the quarter cape weathered with holes? No, that's one of the problems that we said is an issue with MYC one, is the cape isn't really weathered or have holes in it or anything like that. I think that's something that
it's very generic.
If I get the nerve, I could possibly, yeah.
I think with this piece being as prolific as it is, I wouldn't be surprised if sooner or later we saw a custom one make the
sure
rounds.
I mean, it's easy enough to put it on.
Yeah,
you just take the helmet off, put the thing on. But yeah, I think they really knocked it out of the park. I mean, I can put the pram on just to put it on, I guess. I don't know if I'm not going to display it that way.
Yeah, I didn't, but if you want to do it just for the entertainment value of it,
I don't know. If you guys really want me to, I will. I could give a shit. Like I'm not going to really display him that way. It's basically this little rock right here. See, this little rock comes out.
Yeah. And
you put the pram.
Or you have that home. Or you have the arm where he's holding Baby Yoda. And
you can, but that's dumb.
What I like, you can put the tracker in his hand, like he's tracking. I mean, there's a lot of options, but that right there, I think, is the best position for his body, his stance.
I've always said this, and I will continue to say it. I'm not a big fan of the way MYC did the Child. I don't think the Child looks great.
I don't think anybody's gotten it down perfect.
No, I don't think anyone has either. And so I don't really want to. And that said, now that I've witnessed the Child committing genocide in this last episode, it's like I don't need it, man. I don't need it. I mean, we won't go into too many spoilers at all, but holy shit.
Wow, it's a little bugger.
He's a little annoying in this last one.
You know,
And,
it's fun. Every time I see I don't know why, it's just like a thing. Whenever Mario comes up, every time, like clockwork for months, in my mind it goes, Mario C likes to keep it clean. Because it was Mario C. It always plays in my head. Sorry,
I love it.
That.
I love it. Mario, the good question is Mario, have you been to has Mario been to Downtown Disney at all? Because they don't have Disney open yet here. Sons of bitches. They need to open Disney, but they so they have a little Galaxy's Edge thing outside in the Downtown Disney. So I don't think they're selling anything good though, from what I understand yet.
Also, you can like go and purchase things.
You can, yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but dude, this is bonkers.
It's nuts.
Really bonkers. They really did an amazing job. I'm gonna have to figure where to put all these damn pieces. Do you want to talk a minute about the Tusken Raider?
Yeah, yeah, I've actually, it popped up right when I was getting ready to situate with you, but yeah,
I know.
Gideon and Tusken. So a lot of people said that Gideon was put up and Hot Toys pulled it down. I can't confirm that.
That what?
They were saying, so Moff Gideon was put up and then Tusken Raider followed. Then when Tusken Raider followed, a lot of people said, hey, what happened to Moff Gideon? Where did it go? And it was still up on the forums and the groups, obviously, because people were screen grabbing it and reposting it. But I think initially Hot Toys may have pulled it down. I don't know why. And what's interesting, too, is it didn't have the Hot Toys logo or the Mandalorian logo / font that the Tusken did. So,
okay.
could have just been a teaser that they, you know.
Yeah, Mario's saying they don't have everything out, which is what I was, mentioning at the Galaxy's Edge thing. Just too bad. I don't think they're selling the Ahsoka blades yet or any of that kind of stuff. So, dude, just so everyone knows, one thing that Jason and I somehow got our hands on this week. Do you care if they hear about this, Jason?
No, rock and roll, man. Go
so
for it.
one thing one thing I've been looking to get for a while now is a accurate Kylo Ren hilt. I've been wanting to get, and I was gonna get one from Disney Parks for a while, and then after I started to get some of these more like accurate ones, and whatever, I kind of decided, well, I'm just gonna be patient and get ones when I find them and whatever. So somehow this week we were able to get our hands on the, what is it called? The cross guard.
The KR cross guard.
Yeah, the KR Sabers cross guard. It's
which is
fully,
like the
fully
grip.
weathered. So like someone had them fully weathered and ready to go. So I'm pumped. I'm super excited to get that, dude.
And also I know you were able to acquire it via Corband.com, but I also was able to get the Leia.
The Leia, the KR Leia.
Pearl and Leia, and
yeah.
So these are there's a handful of customizers that make these pieces, but these are like the most accurate that you can get. They don't come cheap, and I say that, not to, but you know what I mean. It's just that you're getting what you pay for, and they look amazing. They're just second to none.
Is this what we're talking about?
Yeah, I think that was Venomized Moff.
Venomized Moff Gideon. Moff Gideon.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so obviously this is the one. Look at these people freaking out. I'm sure there's somebody in these comments.
Okay.
There's got to be someone in this comments that's like, where's Gamora? Some bullshit. But that looks great. You know what's interesting is, what is this blade gonna look like for reals?
If it's gonna be one of those replacements where the blade lights up with batteries, come on, Hot Toys.
I don't know. They might just straight up give you like a plastic blade. I don't know what they're gonna do. But that said,
they're gonna kill it on the head sculpt.
They're gonna destroy it on the heads. Look, they got the little pencil mustache going.
Yeah, the little. Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. Los Pollos Hermanos is gonna freaking kill it. They're going to kill this one.
All All the Breaking Bad customizers are going to be all over this head sculpt.
You know what's interesting, and I wonder if this matters at all. You can tell me if it doesn't, if I'm being stupid, if it matters at all.
Okay.
Do you think that seeing Sideshow come out with something means that, of course, Hot Toys will come out with it, the same thing?
I used to think that, but there's been a lot of times where I've expected and I've anticipated and it hasn't happened.
Yeah.
I just think right now, and we've talked about this a lot directly. So for the guys in the group listening that are, hardcore Hot Toys, here's my problem. I haven't yet got to the point where I can put Hot Toys behind me completely. I'm still stuck where I really enjoy them. I really like them. And now more than ever, I've waited 3 years for Hot Toys to do what they're doing, where every time I, look every other week, it's like, oh, they're doing a Tusken Raider. They're doing Moff. They're doing Lando. They're doing... Yeah. So it's just crazy that they're banging all these pieces. It's like what they were doing for Marvel for a couple of years.
It's so crazy. They
left us high and dry for a while. And, Sideshow wasn't really filling that void. And if they were, we weren't getting, we were getting sort of a half, mass approach. I don't want to use that term because it's a little tasteless, but you know what I mean. This just looks phenomenal. I mean, it makes it really difficult for me to sort of back away and say, I'm not getting this.
And the bigger problem for me is, I'm not pre-ordering anything anymore, really. I'm just kind of like keeping my eye on things and being like, yeah, I think I probably will grab that eventually, right?
But there's no rush. You don't have to jump the gun.
There's not really any rush. I pre-ordered Ahsoka. That's really the only one. So now I'm kind of like, what do I do? I'm not going to pre-order this thing, but, the concern I have is that come December 2022 or whatever the 23, 24, whatever the hell this thing comes out. Like, it seems like a lot of these things are going to all of a sudden stack up on us. And you're going to be spending $2,000 in like a couple months because there's a shit ton of Clone Wars things. There's a ton of these Mando things coming out. Yeah, there's maybe a couple OT, but they're stacking them up so heavy now that and some of them are very expensive. Some of them are like a bike or swoop bike coming out with Mando.
400, 450 range. That's not. I know the mentality starts to cure in a way as a collector, especially with Hot Toys, where $400 for something is a lot of money. It doesn't matter how much you make, what you have. $400 on anything is a lot of money. So you have to think, how far $400 really goes. That's a car payment on a nice car, monthly car payment. But as you start getting into Hot Toys, like really in depth, and you look at it, it's like you're paying $20 or something. Like, oh, $300, like I'm ordering it, and you don't really think that through. But you're right, Matt. We're at a point where every week they're dropping something, which is fantastic. But we're going to get to a point where all of these are going to be trailing behind weeks or within a month or two behind one another. And it's going to be, due date, and you're going to be thousands of dollars in the hole unless you prepay it off up front.
Seriously, it's crazy. If this happens, we're all going to just turn around, and take it in the ass. It's going to suck. Hugo says they're going deep in line, so we just need to be picky. Yeah, exactly. Especially regarding Clone Wars and Mando. I agree. So like Hugo's saying, that's kind of something I've kind of decided to start doing, is just being very selective and very picky about. I mean, look, honestly, guys, where's the Mando line at now? Like, seriously, what number? Because I mean, you got to think, okay, it's season 1, season 2. I get that, but it's all the Mandalorian line, right? I don't like, we've never had the situation other than Clone Wars, which they just started doing anyway. We've never had the situation where they've had a TV show, a series with different seasons that Hot Toys is able to do stuff off of. So it's all been movies, and they've done a certain amount in the movies, and then they're done, right? Certain amount. And they can always go back and do more if they want to, but now you've got an active live first season gone. Now second season's going, and They're starting to come out with stuff like the Tusken Raider. We saw the Tusken Raider in the first season, but it's the second season is they're coming out with it for the reason right now. So it's all the Mandalorian line. They've got to be up to what is it? 13 now? What is it?
Yeah. And another thing they have to be careful with, although this is fantastic. One thing they have to be careful with is we're still waiting for figures that were announced 2-3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So now they're going in. Now you're talking about an active TV show, Matt, a popular TV show. So let's say these figures start getting delivered around season 4, going into season 5.
Yeah.
And if we have a whole new world of villains, a whole new world of characters and storylines, people are going to start thinking like, let's say Moff shows up in one episode this season and then he gets, he's done. People are going to be like, well, do I need him off? Really? I saw him for 10 minutes. Like,
right.
It's one of those things. And they just really have to play it careful because, I don't know, I mean, you don't want this to turn into the MCU where they're just churning out figure after figure after figure and there's really no rhyme or reason. And you end up with 17 Captain Americas, 622 Iron Men, and like one Quicksilver or one or something.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't want to see that happen to Star Wars where you have to select and pick and choose, but it's getting to that point.
It's already there. It's already there. I mean, that's the thing that you got to think. I mean, Air Maestro says 15.
15, okay.
Taylor's saying that if it goes 4 or 5 seasons, you're talking 30 plus figures. I'd go higher than that, honestly.
Higher than that, sure.
Because you're talking just beginning the season 2, and you got 15 with the 2 announcements today, right? They haven't come out with these yet, but they're coming out. And so, I mean, that's crazy, guys. Like, and think about how many are they coming out for the Clone Wars? I mean, you can't.
Yeah.
You got to remember that's on top of everything, right? Mandalorian, Clone Wars, any OT stuff that might come out. And then let's say they come out with Obi-Wan series and Mandalorian's still going, which I would imagine it would be possibly. Then you've got Obi-Wan series, which is super exciting. And if they're going at this clip, who's to say they won't just continue doing that for that either? I mean, all us sons of bitch, all us addicts are buying these things.
This reminds me of, Matt? This is cliche, but it's one of those be careful what you wish for.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Totally. I mean, think about it. We were really wanting to see Mandalorian stuff come out. We were like, where's the Mandalorian stuff? Then nothing's out. Like, we're not getting anything. And then all of a sudden it comes around to the second season and you're just getting shit tons of stuff all the time.
Maestro made another good point. All right, so we're already in pre-production on season 3, right? For Mando, it's already been. So who knows if they're going to cap it season 4 or 5? They're probably going to go beyond that. But their intent, strong intent, is to spin off more than one character. Of course. So you have to take that into consideration. So if they start spinning off Ahsoka, Boba, etc., in addition to Kenobi, then we have Cassian and Andor.
Yep. A K2SO show. No, that's not going to happen.
I don't know, but we're at a point where it's like, okay, is this a good thing? Or is this one of those things where, because here's another thing, all right? Take this into consideration. When you look at figures like the Solo movie or even the original trilogy movie, popular ones, Obi-Wan, Leia, Luke, they've only made a handful, 2,500, 4,500.
Sure.
They weren't making 15, 20,000 of them like they were Iron Man. So there's only so many of the original trilogy figures, the Solo figures. Rogue One is a perfect example. The reason why those prices are so high is not because those figures are so sought after or so rare, is because there's only maybe 2,500 Shore Troopers out there. So with this, that's not the case. If they're making Moff Gideon or they're making Mando, they're making 10 or 15,000 of them to satisfy, that demand. So that's going to oversaturate the market differently than what we're used to for Star Wars Hot Toys. Because one thing we've always been comfortable with as collectors is we see the huge fluctuations with Marvel. With Star Wars, we see, a very gradual climb in price. Sometimes a little drop, but nothing too detrimental or significant. So they always hold their weight. They always hold their value. I think at this point, they're hammering us with so many at once, and also they're producing them at 4 or 5 times the amount that they normally do.
You could be right. I mean, think about this. Like I was looking the other day at prices on the Mud Trooper, I can't remember why we were talking about it, but you know, think about like before when that thing first came out, the Mud Trooper was crazy expensive, right? Now it's kind of gone back down to about 300 ish, maybe a little bit more, 320, 340. It's really not that high anymore. And so I think that's kind of is what we're seeing is some of that, like there's just so many Star Wars figures now, right?
That's the thing, yeah. And people are they're trying to offset figure A to pay for figure B. And by doing so, more and more are coming into the market. So where everybody was holding on to that Solo Mud Trooper because it was the figure, now everybody's into the Mando hype. And it's like, well, let me throw in Mud Trooper to pay for these. And that was happening with Marvel a lot, creating that inconsistency.
Right.
And now we're starting to see that with Star Wars, which, I mean, I don't collect for investment purposes. So
Yeah,
it doesn't but it's going to affect a lot of people. And it's just interesting to see both. It's for good, bad, or indifferent. It's got a lot of pros and cons, but we'll see
and now I'm getting to the point now where I'm trying to be picky, but I'm also getting to the point where I'm like, well, I don't have any prequel figures anymore, right? I don't have any of my prequel figures because I didn't really want to go down that line anymore. So should I get any Clone Wars figures? I love the Clone Wars, but that's what I'm trying to figure out now is like, do I want to do that? Because here's the honest truth. As much as it might hurt, anybody's ear holes. This is the honest truth is that if there's a good statue that comes out,
you prefer that.
That's what I'm going to get. I would rather get, if a Tusken Raider comes out from Hot Toys and then all of a sudden MYC or someone else makes a fantastic Tusken Raider statue, that's what I'm going to gravitate towards. That doesn't mean, to each their own. I don't think it doesn't really matter if you prefer one or the other. That's what I prefer. And so that's where it's like I need to be a lot more picky about, like what I'm going to go after. And like you said, like all this stuff at all these Hot Toys are adding up to like, I mean, if you had these things on payment plans and all of a sudden you're going to start paying like, $1,000 a month or $500, at least $500 a month just to do payment plans on these sons of bitches. It's crazy.
And Matt, this is another thing we talked about the other day for anybody listening, when the discussion comes up where people say, okay, well, I'm in Hot Toys because, and that because leads to, I can't get a life-size Chewbacca, I can't get an A or a B. Well, if you think about it, 4 Mando figures, you're already halfway there.
Yeah.
You really are. So if you have, let's say, all right, so they had told us that there's already 15 in production. Some are already released, some to be released, okay? 15 Mando figures, you're talking easily, that's 4 Gs, if not more.
Yeah.
Think about what you can get with that.
I know. We've talked about this. Like, yes.
I mentioned that. How many times have I mentioned that?
I know you've mentioned it so many times because it's, look.
Where your resources are going.
Well, no, not everyone is into Regal Robot stuff or,
no, of course not.
Or statues and stuff. So I if you're not, good for you, like you can put your resources into the Hot Toys. I get that. That's great. If you are into like helmets and statues and props and all that kind of stuff, like we are, then all of a sudden you've got a situation where it's like, well, yeah, I mean that $400, $500 can buy you a lot. Like it can go a long way for now. It might just be one piece, but you're talking about
a significant piece,
or at least that money goes towards a significant piece that brings the price down in total. Yeah. Like a CZ3 or like a, who knows what else they're going to come out with. So it's tough. It's tough.
I mean, Danny makes a good point. He just noted that, they're slowly increasing, and they are. We're seeing the price go up, whether it's $3, $5. It's slow, but it's noticeable. So someone like Django, who isn't a deluxe, doesn't come at all, the bells and whistles. I mean, he comes with a decent amount of accessories, but he's $285. Okay, factor in tax, factor in shipping. You're now looking at a $320 figure. Okay, and the only reason why I brought up that statement a moment ago, And I'm not answering this in a defensive way, but I've had a few people reach out to me and say, "Hey, only if, or if only, if I could only," and I get that, not a lot, but often enough where it's one of those things where I'm like, look, three hot toys at $300 a piece. That's just shy of $1,000. If you wanted like an RS Bulba, for example, and that's way out of my price range, but you have 5 hot toys on order.
Yeah.
You can go back and buy those hot toys and that's
Right.
I say that on the show. Look, if something presents itself, if there's a statue and there's only 50 of them, and I have the opportunity to buy that for $700-800, right? But there's a hot toy I really want. I can go to eBay or a group buy, sell, trade group any day of the week and go pick up that hot toy. I may pay a little extra for it, but it's always accessible.
Yeah.
That one piece that was $600-700, if there's only 50 of or 20 of or whatever,
Exactly.
I'd rather buy that now because I can't go back any day of the week and get that piece.
No, exactly. And that's kind of the issue, right? It's crazy. There's no more pictures of these, right? Oh no. Okay. So yeah, I mean, yeah, you guys know how we feel about that, but I'll tell you what, one thing I will say that their pictures are either getting better or something's going on, because this looks fantastic.
They're less jazzed up, less Photoshop, and more focused on the actual.
It just looks like it's kind of in the scene almost. Like it's just really good. This looks really good.
I almost want to grab my Sideshow one.
This looks fantastic.
It does.
I mean, look at the cracks and weathering on the bottom of the.
This is Mando specific though, because the New Hope one, his cross pouches are almost the same color as his waist, and then the overcoat or whatever he's wearing is much thinner. It's like a share almost, where this looks a little bit more like wool or cashmere.
But look at the weathering. I mean, look at the weathering on all this stuff, like on all the middle, like the bandolier stuff, right? It's freaking beautiful. Now the question is, if the more we do this, the more we find out that freaking Hot Toys is just printing weathering. Now.
I was just going to say, if this is something you might want to troop build or army build, Tusken Raiders have 3 or 4 of them, but if they all look exactly the same.
That's the problem, right? Now that said, I think it was Chris the other day that said the more he has the Remnant Troopers, the more he likes them. He really likes them. So that's cool. So it may work out to do some army building like that. I know there's people that are going to get multiples of these for sure. But this does look really good. And they're going to kill the head, like helmet sculpt, whatever the hell whatever the head sculpt thing is. They're going to kill that. It just looks really good. It looks really good. This one to me excites me more than the Moff Gideon even.
Well, yeah, because you get a New Hope style. It's Tusken. It's the familiarity. And he's going to be classic. You can throw him in with your OT figures, or you can throw him in with your Mando setup.
But that said, Michael from MYC, you need to make a Tusken Raider.
Mike, if you're listening,
make a Tusken Raider, please.
And everybody in the comments, type MYC Tusken.
Exactly.
So we can take a poll.
Jeez, at that point, we won't even be able to pick one up. Jeez.
I know. We should put our foot in our mouths.
Make it harder and harder.
Danny made a good comment. So this does look a little too clean, and I think that's what's throwing me off. That's what's making me have that urge to want to go grab my Sideshow and do a compare and contrast. It looks really clean. I might actually go do that. You want to give me a second? I want to grab that.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Leave me by myself. That's fine. James, robes look a little too clean. And then Danny, you were saying, I would assume the robes should be more worn. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. And that is a question, right? Should you wait for the New Hope or the New Hope Tusken Raider? And to be completely honest, yeah, I mean they could easily make one, right? Easily. That means the same damn thing, right? Why wouldn't they? I don't know though. This looks really good. And this next to Mandalorian hot toy, I mean, guys, that's going to look really good. I wouldn't wait if I were you. I would just get this one. And then if they come out with that one, you can always get that one and put it with another, New Hope figure, like that one next to Old Ben and Luke would look freaking killer. Let's see. Because I don't collect Mandalorian. Yeah. Look, the crazy thing these days is there's so much to choose from, isn't there? I mean, if you like the Mandalorian, you've plenty to choose from. If you like Clone Wars, there's plenty to choose from. If you like New Hope, or Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, everyone's it's people coming out, and then you talk about customs, right? There's people just coming out with so much stuff. It's crazy.
And did you survive that, brother?
Yeah, I can talk.
All right, hold on. Yeah, there's just something about the way this one looks, and it's sort of kind of going back to what Danny was saying about the weathering and whatnot. So, and one thing
Aramish says deluxe Tusken might come with
Bantha. Whoa.
Bantha?
You think so? Big?
Oh, deluxe with Bantha? That'd be crazy, dude. Elvis, I'm army building Tusken Raiders already. Next to his he's gonna army build Tusken Raiders next to his freaking Death Troopers. Elvis has an impressive Death Trooper collection.
So this thing just, I don't know, Sideshow. I mean, even like I said, this is one of my favorite details.
Yeah, it's really nice.
If you look at the boots, they're actual cloth, man.
I thought you were gonna look.
Cloth.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like,
yeah, that's cool.
Come on, we know Hot Toys is gonna sculpt that.
Yeah, 100%.
And he's got that wear and tear and that, the proper colorations, and he's even got some grime up in the leather hair. I don't know. He just looks fantastic.
Yeah, he does look really nice. That is the New Hope version, though, right?
This is the New Hope version, yeah. And even the back of the head, if you look at the wraps, the way they were done.
I like that pose too, by the way. That's a nice pose.
Yeah, it just looks. I have them with the Jawas, so I usually have it kind of a little bit higher up, but yeah, like this kind of.
Oh, Elvis sold all his Death Troopers. That's crazy.
And if you look right here at the part here, it's almost like weather. I don't know if the light is washing it out. It's got a little bit of like sand weathering.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty fantastic piece. I don't know. I think Hot Toys, yeah, it's the Mando version, but I think they're gonna have a hard time sort of topping this. And you don't hear or see that very often with the Sideshow piece.
Yeah, dude, if they came out with a freaking Bantha, that'd be crazy, dude.
Wouldn't that be insane?
That'd be huge, though, man. It'd be huge.
So Elvis really got rid of that. I mean, that's his avatar as a Death Trooper.
What's that?
You said Elvis got rid of his Death Troopers?
Yeah, he I mean, I don't know if he got rid of all of them, but he had army building them for a while. He probably, imagine selling all those, probably made a freaking small fortune.
Yeah. So Elvis, are we gonna see a new avatar?
Yeah, would you put that money towards Elvis? That's interesting. That's cool. Yeah, I don't do the whole buy multiples of really any hot toy.
You know what I have multiples of? You're probably gonna rag on me if I tell you.
Yeah, probably. Go ahead.
Sith Troopers.
Do you really? Like how many? What are you talking about?
I got
2?
4. You
got 4 Sith Troopers? That's like 4 too many. Honestly, that's one I might actually sell at some point. I like it. I do actually like it. It's actually not a bad figure.
He looks really cool.
He does. He looks good, but
everybody got all hyped up during what was it? Comic-Con, I think.
Yeah, sure.
The preview figure.
Mm-hmm.
People lost their hair because it was a right trooper. It was new, and just everybody went gaga over it. And then after that, they released it like 2 months later. You didn't have to wait a year. 2 months went by and he came out. It was the same box. The slip case, everything was the same. So people were all bent out of shape. And I was picking them up on the groups like $100.
Yeah, exactly.
People were like, oh, I'll sell it to you for like $115. I'll take it. So I got I bought one retail and I bought 3 of them for like $350 total.
If you want a 5th one, let me know.
I'll take it for
Elvis says he's collecting only OT characters and RS helmets. And I'll tell you this. Elvis, I think, caught the helmet bug pretty hard.
Yeah.
I think he's like Chris. Like Chris is like completely like meth addicted to RS helmets.
Oh, was he the one who offered me $1,500 for my Y-wing helmet? I'm kidding. Somebody randomly messaged me and was like, "Hey, can I buy your Y-wing helmet?" I was like, "No, you can't."
Dude, that thing is crazy. Yeah, I hear you, Elvis. I don't blame you at all. The LRS helmets are just ridiculously good. They're so amazing. And so, yeah, it's like an upgrade, right? He's or not upgrade to him. He's just using something to upgrade his collection to what he wants. That's awesome. Let's see. Praetorian guards from The Last Jedi are surprisingly hard.
Those are a crazy coin, man. Like 400 a piece.
Really? Like those ones with like all the plasticky stuff on them?
Guys, I get two of them.
Get out of here. Get the hell out of here.
I get the one with the. I got them both. Yeah.
Get the hell out of here, man. That's freaking ridiculous. Those things look like. They
pose well. They pose well. I don't know.
I don't know about that. That's freaking weird. Look. I don't know about that. Listen. I'm not a big fan of that movie specifically, but that look of those royal guards I didn't like. But not hating on the sequels. I like the sequels for the most part. Not that movie. I guess it's like
anybody wants a pair of Praetorian guards, I'll give you a great deal.
Jeez.
Retail.
Homeboy
Shopping Network.
Very much so that explains the OT trooper building photos, probably from Elvis, I'm guessing.
Did I age myself by saying that? Does anybody in the comments know what that means? When I said Homeboy Shopping Network? You remember that, right?
Maybe.
When they pull up with the U-Haul truck and they open the back of it, it's like a QVC. They call it the Homeboy Shopping Network.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude. Coming back to this guy, this is crazy.
Yeah, I'm loving it, and I'm enjoying the fact that you're so into it.
It's just Michael, you did such a good job. Like they did such a damn good job on it. I hate that. Listen, I hate that it's like impossible to find anymore. That sucks, right? It sucks for people that's the case. But at the same time, it is what it is, man. It's impossible to find because it's so damn good. It really is that good. And they killed the weathering on these things, like just the freaking.
Oh, you didn't put his plates on yet? His shoulder pads?
He's got one on this one, on the arm already.
Oh,
and then
okay.
I put his other one on there.
All right, and did you put his gun on? You put his gun on his holster? Yep. Nice. All right.
And then, yeah, you're right. I mean, it is so strange. It is weird how they weathered this thing, because I don't know. It's hard to show you, but you see all those little dots, those little specks all over this thing. Those are all, you can, like Jason said, you can feel all that stuff. Like that's like raised, weathered like sand almost.
It's not just like paint fleck. It's not just flecked on. You can feel it.
You can feel it, and it just gives it that sense of like dirt, like dusty, dirty, grime. It's really interesting. They killed it. They absolutely killed it. I was gonna look at their website real quick. And it keeps spelling things wrong. Is it MYCSculptures.com? What is it?
Yeah, MYC Sculptures, correct.
MYC. Okay, there it is. So let me bring this up. So yeah, they've got some really killer stuff coming out, and I wouldn't mind just going through a couple of them. Like, so next week, maybe ish.
Mhm.
I'm supposed to get the Bausch coming in, I believe, sometime.
Yeah, they could give or take. Yeah.
And so hopefully next week, maybe a little after that, we'll see. I'll be doing an unboxing for the Bausch, which I'm really excited for. And then this guy, we don't know when this guy's going to come out yet, but we both have him on
He's
order.
not too far off, but he's gonna be. I can't wait. I'm gonna put him with my EFX TIE Fighter.
It's so good, dude. It looks so killer, man. I'm excited for this one.
And the troopers never look like they're about to like. He looks like he's about to, like he's ready to stop somebody and be like,
I just love the relaxed pose and the mouse droid, and it's so cool.
Hey, we got Thor in the house.
Hey Thor, what's up, man?
What up?
Thor has recent. By the way, Thor. look at this. Welcome to the real world. I love it. Thor actually has MYC Mando as well, which I believe he really likes. And he's been actually, before I got this guy, he was talking this up pretty big. And then I believe he's getting Ventress from MYC, which I think is, where is Ventress? This is Ventress. So he's getting this one, which is pretty awesome. I mean, the sabers light up. Look at that base, dude. The light up base is crazy.
That piece is really interesting.
I mean, look at these like little like
design. The plants are it's very mystical and stuff. It's just got an interesting. I don't know. I really like it. I really responded well to this.
I wonder, Thor. I wonder if you're going to use. I would want to know if you're going to use the hood or not, the cape and the hood and stuff. Because she looks good like this, but I think personally, I really like the hood and the cape on her. I think it looks really good. But yeah, this looks really, really good to me as well. And I believe Thor was going to get the Mythos piece, and he decided to get this instead because I think his entire collection is quarter scale, and so it just makes more sense for him. Yeah, it just makes more sense for him. And this does feel a lot more menacing than the other one does. Even though I think I like the base better on the Mythos piece, I do really like this base, and it does feel a little more like Dark Side. Yeah, Thor says I plan on using the hood, but we will see when I get it. Yeah. Yep. I think it looks great. It's gonna be pretty sweet. So there's that one. That Ventress is coming out at some point. Let me see. Is there any ones that you jumped on? That you're jumping on, Jason, that they're coming out with?
I get TIE Pilot, Boj. Who else is on the list? I got on TIE Pilot, got Boj, got Mando.
You didn't get Cad Bane. Are you gonna try to find one?
I think I'm gonna try to. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to find one. I might go Cad Bane. It's something that I really want, but at the time of drop, I had been, I was working and unable to get online at that time. So I may try to acquire one if I can.
This Cad Bane is
insane. I would absolutely love to have that piece. It's just a matter of availability and who's willing to part and all that.
It's so sick, dude. It's so cool. Honestly, I think if the base had been a little smaller, I probably would have jumped on it when they came out with it.
I like that this is mostly fully sculpted, but just the touch of mixed meter, just a coat.
Yeah, it's so cool looking. Like they really did knock it out on the coat too, on the leather jacket. I mean, geez, dude. It's really nice. That's one that I missed out on, but man, that is sick. And then Thor said he's waiting for the second sister, and that's going to be a fun one to see how that comes out. They'll kill it. They always do, man. They do. The question is head sculpt, right? Because Jason, do you know they do? His second sister has the helmet, right? She does. She has
the helmet. She has the helmet. I thought I saw one today where there was a swap out.
That wasn't that Zion art that you saw today? Yeah. I think Zion art's coming out with one too.
But yeah, I mean the whole part of having second sister is the helmet. it looks so badass. It's got like a Vader sort of, you know, ominous to it. So yeah, I mean, if I was gonna do second sister, I'd display with the helmet anyways. And I am going for, it's not oh yeah, but there's a couple pieces that he put up as teasers, and I think I'm gonna be going for those.
Yeah, the one I'm waiting for big time is this guy right here.
Short Trooper.
Short
Yeah.
Trooper, I'm waiting. That's one I really, really want. Because I kind of want to get the troopers that he comes out with. That's kind of. And then the Mandalorian version 2, I like this original version a lot. We'll see when it comes out. I'm not going to say no to it, but I don't think I'm going to get the Beskar version. I don't think. And then I wouldn't get the second sister, but I know there's a lot of people excited about the second sister. So I'm really interested to see what this pose looks like, the final pose, and if he's even able to get close to the head sculpt, you know, because that's tough for custom people to get the head sculpt right. The shape of the base makes it easier to display. I think you're talking about I think he's talking about Cad Bane, I believe, or maybe second sister. I don't know.
Yeah.
Helmet lights up too. Yeah, lights up. Okay, that's cool. I think the Ventress statues too BDSM. The light up features are sick though. Yeah. It really depends on Greg. I think it depends on what you want Ventress to look like. You know, at the end of the day, I like the Mythos. I like the Mythos look for her, but the one that Sideshow's coming out with. But I can totally see why. To me, the Ventress, the MYC Ventress, just to me looks more dark side. It just feels more dark side to me. I think probably because the lightsabers light up, and maybe because of what she's wearing, especially with the hood and the cape, she just looks so good.
Yeah.
And I think they killed the head sculpt. I think they did a great job. So
I love when there is no escape.
yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, man, if you guys have an opportunity to get on one of these statues, I don't think you're going to be disappointed. They just seem to be absolutely killing everything they come out with now. And
they're I think, you know, execution wise, design style, they're up there with the big boys. I think they're in the same arena right now, at least for the time being.
This Mando is ridiculous. Like I'm sorry, I can't stop. I can't say it enough. It is that good. Are there some things that could be better? There are some things. The helmet could be a better color. Could be, you know, it could be a more gunmetal look. The weathering in the cape could be better. Maybe more variation on the sand on the ground, maybe. But other than that, like better, the pikes could be better sculpted and weathered, maybe. But other than that,
this is particularly, like, this is going out of your way to nitpick.
This is going out of my way. Yeah,
this is not things that are like standing out. Yeah,
no,
like,
this isn't something where like, oh man,
like you're blatantly thinking of things that could. Yeah,
right. It's not a huge deal to me. Like, this is at least a 9 out of 10 for me.
Now this coming from Thor, he said this is what he expected to see from XM. That from him speaks volumes, because this is, you know, I mean,
dude, the way Thor talks about this Mando. I mean, look, Thor's been around the block. He knows his statues.
In the statue community, his word is. I mean,
exactly. Like, listen, I know jack shit about statues compared to what these other guys know. So like, it looks good to me. It feels good to me. It seems good to me. Like it's on point. Thor liking this thing and saying it's one of the best, like he's saying here, that's a big deal. So that's I'm not saying go out and buy this thing, because it's probably going to be just stupid expensive if you do that right now. What I am saying is keep an eye out for new things to come from MYC. That's what I'm saying, because I'm not saying for anyone to go out and spend crazy money on their past pieces, because they do go up a lot. What I am saying is that, look, keep your eye out, go join their Facebook group, just keep your eye out on new things to come from them and jump on it when you can. They always come out with stuff. When they come out with stuff, it's like a Saturday, and you order
Eastern time.
Saturday noon Eastern time, and you got to be quick, but you can get these pieces, and they sell out fast, but you got to be on it. But
depending on the character, you have anywhere from a couple of minutes to a few hours tops.
Yeah.
But gone are the days of them lasting a week or 2 weeks.
They all
hour.
sell out. Yeah, they all sell out. I mean, I think Cad Bane was like what, 2 minutes, a minute?
3 minutes. Mando was a minute or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. Even the TIE pilot was on there an hour.
The hype on these things is pretty big, but you can get one. It's doable.
Mm-hmm.
If you have like Mondo art print training, you can get one easy, right? If you're
and the biggest thing that is, unlike other statue, both license and customizers, the shipping. You're not paying $400, $600, $800 shipping.
Good point. Huge
shipping from in the States. So let's say you get a TIE pilot, right? Like let's say the TIE pilot went up this Saturday, even though it's already sold out, but theoretically, let's say it was going up this Saturday for $600. Shipping is usually an extra $60, not $600. Which that right there, I think, is advantageous on a whole nother level. That makes it huge, because every statue you're talking 100 to, especially custom statues, an extra $400 to $600 easy.
It's huge. That to me, I didn't even think about that when I first started getting into some of their stuff. The more I thought about it, the more I was like, that you hear Thor and these guys talk about the money they spend on shipping some of these pieces.
Sometimes the shipping's more than the statue.
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
it's crazy, man. And I feel for them on that, because that sucks. And so, Prime 1 shipping is ridiculous. XM shipping can be ridiculous.
Yep.
I think it's similar. MYC do the same thing that Spec Fiction do, I believe, where I think with Spec Fiction, you're just paying shipping from Spec Fiction, and which saves you a shit ton of money. So yeah, man, MYC do it right. And let's not lose the fact that you can go to a website, an actual online portal, instead of going to like some dude's Facebook account and have to send him all these like screenshots of things that you're like, hey, I bought this. Here's a screenshot. Here's this. Like, make sure I'm on the list. This is a website. It works.
You cart it like you would do anything else. Put in your cart, check out, pay a deposit, and then it's 1, 2, 3.
Yep. Damn, look at this. If anyone wants the HasLab Razor Crest, you have 13 minutes left.
They're up to 27,000. Mario said.
That is crazy, dude. 27,000, 13 minutes left. Jeez, man. It does look really good. I saw, did you see that thing today that someone had like the
3 pictures? I saw Mr. Stevie post it. Yeah.
Yeah. And they actually showed the thing. It looks really nice.
It's bigger than one of my vehicles, though. It's bigger than my snow speeder, my AT-AT. It's bigger than my Type.
It's too big for me. I can't do it. Jason can fit big things.
I was just gonna say, you don't like the big stuff.
Jason can fit big things in strange places. I cannot. So I got to be very careful what I put in my.
That's what happens when we come back.
Exactly. Well, guys, we don't want to shit, man. We don't want to. I mean, listen. I'm just. After this, Jason and I are just going to sit here and talk about this thing and
be all gassed up about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, it is what it is. I don't want to sit here and keep people on this for no reason. Here's a picture of Thor's. Let me put this up. This is cool.
Well, Thor always has a nice display.
He does. He's got a nice setup. So this is Thor's setup.
Underneath.
Looks really nice.
I like that little master replica style plaque that they give you too.
It does look good with the child.
Yeah, it does. It just wasn't for me. But you see how he did the same pose. I think his attitude just looks good with the rifle slung, the hand in motion. It just fits. Yeah,
it's really nice. That looks killer, Thor. And Boba Fett underneath him looks great too. Yeah, man, that's wow. I'm excited to put this thing. I'm hoping. I don't know, man. I'm hoping this thing will fit inside a freaking Detolf. I don't know if it will. It's a good question. Because that's where I'm going to keep it until my Magi cases come. That's where I have to put it for now. So beautiful, Thor. Beautiful. But yeah, I don't want to keep you any longer. I mean, I didn't show the plaque, but it does come with a plaque, which is really cool. I don't think a lot of statues come with plaques.
Mhm.
To kind of place it. And I like that. I like having plaques for stuff. Thor's saying it might be too heavy for a Detolf. I'm going to put it at the bottom, the very bottom of the Detolf. So not great for where I would like to display it, but for now it's going to be at the bottom. So underneath the.
Yeah, technically, a couple of people are asking what to hold the weight. He's about 37 pounds, 34,
Heavy.
37 roughly.
Heavy.
He's a heavy boy, yeah.
Yeah, Thor's saying the base might be too big. You might be right, Thor. I might just be shit out of luck and have to I might just have to put him on this damn desk for now until I need to get this damn desk out of my freaking office. It's annoying. But yeah, I'm gonna try to stick it in there. I'm gonna do my best to shove it in a Detolf. We'll see what happens.
Like you did CZ, just ram it in.
Exactly. And Mario, yeah, like I said, I'm putting it at the bottom. So yes, the weight's not gonna be a problem at the bottom, but that's what I tend to do with my I have Kylo. Where's Kylo Ren? So I have the Kylo Ren helmet there. You can't see it, but Kylo Ren's actually back down below there because I had to move him for CZ3. And I always put them at the bottom because I'm so worried. Like I had him in the middle for a second, and once I put him there, I was like the glass was flexing a tiny bit, and I was like, F this shit. I'm not dealing with that. I'm gonna put it at the bottom and not worry about it. Plus earthquakes and shit. Like I don't be scared of that. So we'll see. But
yeah, it's a killer piece. Congrats, Matt, for sure.
Thanks, man.
I'm glad we did this. I'm glad we did the unboxing. That's a killer piece.
Oh, it's well worth an unboxing for sure. And thank you for your help getting through the pieces. I mean, there's a lot of pieces to go through, a ton of foam to deal with, and congrats to MYC for selling out and for packing it so well and for doing such a good job with the paint and all this stuff. It's fantastic. So thank you, Thor. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, guys. So coming up, I would say, I think, Jason, are you going to do unboxing tomorrow?
Tomorrow, if anybody's interested, me and Gabriel from Star Wars Replicas will be jumping on tomorrow night for a quick unboxing of a Regal Robot Jabba concept statue, maquette statue, but technically maquette. We're going to unbox that, talk a little bit about the concept art aspect, in addition to Jabba. And yeah, we'll have a little fun with that. Won't be too long, about 45 minutes to an hour, but it'll be a nice little chat session.
Yeah, that one's not as big of a piece and doesn't have much to it.
It's literally coming out of a box and it's big.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool to hear you guys talk about that.
And then Gabe will also do his review, which you'll be able to watch on his channel and vice versa. So.
Oh, good. And Gabe's a good guy. I'm happy he's able to jump on. And then I think after that, I think we're doing another collector spotlight some point soon. I believe. So that'll be good. And then, dude, the collector spotlight we have in a couple. Like not this next one. This next one's good too, but the one that comes after that is just. You haven't seen a freaking Star Wars collection yet.
Tickets go on sale Friday, fellas.
Oh my gosh, this guy's collection. And it's okay. Some of the pieces he has is great, but the way he displays his stuff is out of this world. It is,
and we're
good.
We're gonna touch upon. Well, we've talked about this from time to time in group therapy, sort of, but we're gonna talk specifically more about how much displaying can really factor into what a collection looks like and how a collection holds up. So, but it's gonna hold over really, really well. And I think this is one that anybody and everybody will enjoy because it has a great mixture of all elements. Yes. It's not all high end. It's not all low end. It's everything from hair to hair.
That said, it might have to be a two-parter because of how crazy this guy's collection is. I don't want to give anything away. It's ridiculous. So, and I mean, it's like, first of all, it shits all over all our collections. Like and I'm not saying like like the stuff he has, the way he displays it is just ridiculous. So we'll keep doing that. I think we are going to do some more creator spotlights. I know we're trying to get KR Sabers on. I think we're reaching out to some people, so we'll see what we can get done there.
Yeah, we'll have, as far as scheduling goes, that's not factored in, but we will have KR. We'll be talking hilts for the guys who are interested in the hilts and the props. 'Cause I think when you did your Roman props unboxing, I think we got a little bit of feedback and some interest. So that'll be fun. That'll be a fun chat.
No, yeah, that's gonna be great. So we'll do that, and then I believe, but I do think next week we'll have a group therapy. But I think I'll also be hopefully we'll see how it goes. I might be unboxing another MYC statue, the Bausch statue. So there's some fun things coming up. I'm not sure what's happening at the end of this week, but we'll see. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. Hopefully we didn't bore you too much. And yeah, really appreciate all of you guys. We will might see you tomorrow night with Jason in his unboxing. I'm not sure who else is getting on for that, but hopefully you can catch that. So, all right, guys. Thank you, Jason. Thanks for your time, dude.
Good night, guys.
Appreciate it. All right, bye.